Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be talking about the idle hours on the Crown Vic Interceptor. Basically, do the idle hours really matter, or are they no big deal? So before we get started, I'll show you guys the car. Got it sitting back here looking pretty nice. So when it comes to the idle hours, it's a yes and a no answer to that. So if you're new to Crown Vic ownership, you would know, or you wouldn't know, that idle hours did not become a big deal until they changed the dash cluster on the Crown Vics. So basically, this is the dash cluster that you would get in the 98 to 2005. In 06, they did change this, and it has a little digital part with it, and the tack gauge and all that good stuff. So basically, if you rewind back, the car ran for over 7 years without any knowledge of idle hours. Now, I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but if you ran for 7 years without idle hours, being counted, then maybe it was not that much of a deal. Now, the only time I would really think it is a big deal if your car has a lot of idle hours. I want to say each hour is like 33 miles on the engine. Now, from my understanding, it's not that big of a deal, because if we look at, an engine sitting, idling, somewhere around no more than 1,000 RPM, something like that, then versus, a person driving the car at 80 miles an hour for a whole hour. I'd rather take the engine that's been idling over the engine that's been running 80 miles an hour or 90 miles an hour at an hour. So that's one reason I would say it's not a big deal, but then it can be if the car just has a tremendous amount of idle hours, like something crazy. Maybe, the car only has 50,000 miles, but it has, 200,000 miles worth of idle hours. So then it would be a big deal. So leave down in the comment section what you guys think, and if you have the cluster with the idle hours on it, leave how many idle hours you have on there, so we can get like a gist of, what's the range for idle hours. Because I would like to, share that information with people and let them know, okay, well, if you do get one with the idle hour, gauges on it, don't go over this amount, or don't buy it if it have a certain amount of idle hours. Like what would really be considered too many idle hours on the Crown Vic, as far as like I said, ever since I've been buying them, I have never even thought about the idle hours on the car. And they, the cars, like I said, as long as you keep track of the mileage, you usually get you 250, 300,000 miles if you take care of the car, and you're good. Now, I'm not saying before you bought the car, it might have, did a whole year idling, depending on what the car was used for. So, that also goes back to what kind of department you buy the car from. If it's gonna sit and run all day, like in the city where I'm at, I see, I wouldn't buy any old police cars from them, because you see them sitting all day. Some of them, they even sit at the like intersection if they're working on it, and you might pass by and the car just sitting there, and the officer's in there, and the car just running all day, 24/7, and they probably switch the cars out, run it again at night with a different officer. So it's, those cars can definitely rack up a lot of, just sitting and running. Now, with that being said, on the Crown Vic itself, I would say I would trust the idle hours with the Crown Vic. I'm not so sure about the other Interceptors, or whatever you want to call them, like the Explorer, the Ford Taurus, things like that. I don't know if they have enough history yet on just how long or how many miles you can get out of them, idle hours and all that good stuff. But like I said, leave down in the comment section below what you think. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will be making another video, because it's about that time to get some new threads. So I'll probably be checking on that today. Not sure if I'm gonna go back with the Goodyear, which I actually like the look of the Goodyear. It gives, nice thread pattern. Or I'm gonna go to go back with the heck is this? Whatever these are. What is this? Dextro. Yeah. That's what's on the back, and they pretty new. So, catch you on the next video.